Have you ever trusted someone's sweet words only to regret it later? In the quiet forest, one proud crow learned this lesson the hard way. Let's listen to The Fox and the Crow, a story about flattery, pride, and the wisdom that comes too late. Now, take a deep breath and let's begin. The Fox and the Crow. Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of the forest, sunlight streamed gently through the leaves, and a soft breeze carried the scent of pine and wildflowers. It was the kind of morning that made everything seem peaceful. The trees hummed, the brook whispered, and somewhere nearby, a fox wandered, searching for breakfast. The fox was clever, maybe too clever for his own good. He was known across the forest not for his strength, nor for his kindness, but for his tricks. And though the animals kept their distance, they couldn't deny he was smart. As he strolled beneath the tall oak trees, he suddenly stopped. His sharp eye spotted something black and shining high above, a crow, perched proudly on a branch, with something golden in her beak. The fox tilted his head. "Cheese," he whispered. "How very lucky for me." He smiled slyly, brushing off the dust on his tail. "Oh, Miss Crow, what a fine morning to meet you." The crow looked down. Her feathers gleamed like polished ebony, and her eyes sparkled with pride. She had found the cheese near a farmer's house and flown up to enjoy her reward in peace. But peace, as it turns out, doesn't last long when a fox is nearby. "Oh, Miss Crow," said the fox sweetly, "what a beauty you are. The way the sunlight dances on your feathers, it's like watching night turn into day." The crow blinked. She didn't trust foxes. Not really. But she couldn't deny that his words felt nice. The fox continued, his voice smooth as honey. "They say your feathers are lovely, but what truly makes you special is your voice. I've heard whispers that you sing better than the nightingale herself." The crow's heart fluttered. No one had ever said such things before. She straightened her wings, tilting her head proudly. "Oh, but I must be mistaken," said the fox, pretending to sigh. "If your voice were as beautiful as your feathers, surely the whole forest would be listening to you now." The crow puffed up, her chest full of pride. She looked down at the fox, charming, smiling, and thought, "Perhaps he deserves to hear my song." So she lifted her head high, opened her beak wide, and sang, "Caw, caw." And as her song echoed through the trees, the golden piece of cheese slipped from her beak, tumbling down through the air, right into the fox's waiting mouth. The fox caught it perfectly, smiled wide, and bowed deeply. "Oh, Miss Crow," he said between bites, "you do have a wonderful voice, but it seems your judgment isn't quite as sharp as your feathers." The crow gasped. She realized what had happened, how easily she'd been fooled. Her feathers drooped and her eyes dimmed. She wanted to cry, but the fox had already trotted off, humming to himself, the cheese gone in just a few bites. For a while, the forest was silent. Even the wind seemed to stop out of sympathy. The crow sat quietly on her branch, ashamed and angry at herself. But as the day went on, something changed. A gentle thought began to bloom in her mind. Yes, I lost the cheese, but I learned something more valuable. She remembered the fox's smooth words, the way he used flattery like a trap. She looked toward the forest path he had taken and whispered, "Next time, Fox, it won't be so easy." That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the crow began to sing again, not to impress anyone, not for praise, but for herself. Her voice was soft, honest, and beautiful, the kind that came not from pride, but from peace. And though no fox stopped to listen and no one clapped their wings in applause, the forest heard her song, and somehow it felt a little more alive. Beware of flattery. Sometimes sweet words can hide sharp teeth. And remember, confidence is quiet. Insecurity needs applause.